Gravity would have been apparent to me without the apple.
You cannot possibly be that arrogant.
The cast of The Big Bang Theory made us laugh for 12 years, but their real lives told deeper stories. From Jim Parsons ending the show by choice to silent mental health struggles and personal reinventions, everything changed after the cameras stopped. Some chose fame, others chose family, and one loss still lingers in their hearts. Time moved on, but the feeling that show gave us never did. Let's go back to the beginning. You remember him as Sheldon Cooper, the genius, the bazinga, the man who couldn't understand sarcasm, but somehow made the whole world fall in love with him. Jim Parsons was 34 years old when he first slipped into that spot on the couch. What followed was one of the most decorated runs in television history. 4 Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe, and a performance so iconic that the character spawned an entire spin-off universe. But here's what most people don't know. Jim Parsons was the one who ended it all. In 2018, it was Jim's quiet decision to step away that triggered the final season. No drama, no public announcement, just a man who felt the story was complete. That kind of creative control, in Hollywood of all places, is almost unheard of. In 2026, he's 53, starring in a major Broadway revival, doing the kind of work that reminds you why people become actors in the first place. While Sheldon captured the world's imagination, Leonard Hofstadter captured its heart. Johnny Galecki was 32 when the show began, already a veteran from Roseanne, already someone who understood what it meant to anchor an ensemble. And that's exactly what he did. For 12 years, Leonard was the emotional glue holding everyone together, including us. Off-screen, though, Johnny's story took a different turn. A quiet, private man by nature, Johnny's personal life unfolded away from the cameras. A relationship with co-star Kaley Cuoco that ended, a son named Orbison born later, and then, in a moment that genuinely surprised fans, a secret wedding to a woman named Morgan. Small, private, he barely even announced it. A few months later, a baby daughter. By 2026, Johnny Galecki is 51 years old and almost completely off the radar. No new projects, no press junkets, just a man who chose fatherhood over fame and seems completely at peace with that decision. Some stories don't need a spotlight to matter. Kaley Cuoco grew up in front of millions of people, and she carried it with a kind of grace that honestly should have been impossible. As Penny, she was the warmth that balanced every equation. In 2023, Kaley welcomed a daughter named Matilda with her fiancé, actor Tom Pelphrey. She describes motherhood in the most Kaley Cuoco way imaginable. She's also launched a pet company, keeps acting, keeps producing, and at 40 years old in 2026, she is somehow more herself than she's ever been. Behind the laughter, there was a woman still becoming who she was meant to be. Now, stop, because this next one hits differently. Simon Helberg played Howard Wolowitz like it was effortless. The one-liners, the belts, the borderline delusional confidence. It looked like fun. It looked like freedom. But Simon recently revealed something he kept hidden for years. During the first season of The Big Bang Theory, he was curled up in a fetal position in his dressing room, multiple times. The fear of failure was consuming him. The pressure of being on the biggest sitcom in the world while questioning his own worth. Simon has been married to actress Jocelyn Town since 2007, the very same year the show premiered. They have 2 children. He credits that marriage with anchoring him through everything. By 2026, Simon is 45 and deliberately stepping back from the spotlight. Only a handful of projects in the works, choosing intentionality over momentum. Sometimes the funniest person in the room is carrying the most. Kunal Nayar arrived as Rauch, the astrophysicist who literally could not speak to women.
How can I be a gynecologist? I can barely look a woman in the eye.
It was absurd. It was perfect. And somewhere in that awkward, romantic, softly broken character, millions of people saw themselves. Kunal was 26 when the show began. He grew up on screen right alongside his character. By 2026, he's 45, and his real life reads like a story of quiet reinvention. His marriage to former Miss India Neha Kapoor, which began in 2011, he's since taken on thriller series, sci-fi dramas, and a Bollywood-inspired adaptation of A Christmas Carol. He's proving, one role at a time, that there is life. Rich, complex, real life after Rauch. The character searched for connection his whole run. Turns out, the real search was just beginning. Mayim Bialik is, genuinely, one of the most fascinating people in Hollywood. When she joined The Big Bang Theory in 2010 as Amy Farrah Fowler, she wasn't just playing a neuroscientist.
When we first met, I made one and pretended you gave it to me. You can have it back if you want.
She is a neuroscientist, a real one, with a PhD from UCLA. The authenticity you felt in every scene, it was real. She rebuilt Amy from the ground up. Off-screen, Mayim's journey has been just as transformative. Divorce, rebuilding. A new relationship with writer Jonathan Cohen, whom she met at a toddler's birthday party. Instant connection, shared values, shared commitment to mental health awareness. She now co-hosts a podcast about mental health with him. She's no longer hosting Jeopardy! She's writing. She's speaking. She's choosing depth. At 50 in 2026, Mayim Bialik is exactly the person Amy Farrah Fowler was always becoming. Melissa Rauch was virtually unknown when she first walked onto set as Bernadette in 2009. 5 years later, she was one of the highest-paid women in television. That tiny voice, that razor-sharp delivery, that perfect blend of sweetness and steel. Bernadette became one of the show's most beloved characters precisely because she never let anyone underestimate her, and neither did Melissa. She's been married to writer Winston Rauch since 2007. They have 2 children, and now she produces and stars in Night Court, a revival series that has quietly become one of the most watched shows on network television. When Kunal Nayar guest starred on set, he immediately told her she needed to dress better. Kevin Sussman turned Stuart Bloom into something no one expected. He started as a one-scene comic book store owner. He ended the show as one of its most oddly beloved characters, the unlucky guy who somehow became family, even without ever quite catching a break. In 2024, Kevin quietly got married to his girlfriend, Addie Hall. And here's where it gets exciting. The underdog, as it turns out, is not done yet. The Big Bang Theory ran for 12 years and 279 episodes. It became the highest-rated comedy in America for most of its run. It introduced an entire generation to the idea that intelligence could be funny, that awkward could be lovable, that the people who never quite fit in might be the most interesting people in any room. And now, in 2026, the cast scatters across Broadway stages, spin-off sets, podcast studios, and quiet family homes where nobody knows their name. Time moved. Everything changed. But pull up that theme song right now. Go ahead, you know you want to, and tell me you don't feel it. That specific warmth, that specific belonging. Some shows end, but some stories stay with us forever. Which cast member's journey surprised you the most? Drop their name in the comments below and tell us why. If this hit different than you expected, share it with someone who grew up watching the show. We'll see you in the next one.